E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded, many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Before you get it, baby, show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. You walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Y'all better quit playing. I'm knocking shit over already. Okay. I'm facing the wrong way again. What is that? Okay. Ooh. Why did I just see that lady from Poltergeist that went, "This house is clean"? I'm not scared of her. I can take her. Better not have brought two of them. You know she was from the Wizard of Oz, don't you, right? Remember her? Did you know that? Yeah, real talk, real talk. Good morning. I'm not know if I tried to be clever and I don't think I need the hat. That's what it is. Doing too much. I need my Rod Stewart weave. That's what we need. Good morning, everybody. Dr. Lauren with you. Let me get going. I'm silly. Oh, warning, disclaimer. You guys know how it is. 9 years. You've seen it many times. When I'm in that creative space, I live on 2 to 3 hours sleep, sometimes 4 or 5, 6 days in a row. And, it has nothing to do with Molly Jensen, who lives across the street. What were you thinking? Don't judge me. I'm kidding. It is a real thing. And I bring that up from time to time because a lot of the rock stars, my coaching clients, have been in this house. They're here for time to time to get ready for whatever's next, right? So they come from wherever in the world and they're amazed. It is something about when you're living within purpose. It is the joy, the essence, the happiness, the bliss. It's the champagne, but with extra bubbles on the side, right? Who wants flat champagne? The energy is what I speak of. So that's why you hear people say, I love taking clever cliches and making them real practices. The thing about, if you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. Don't hate, because my life is beautiful. Because my life is beautiful because I have you. There, see how I did that? That's what it's about. As soon as you feel something wonderful, give it away. All right? So that's my little tip of the day. Bell of Purpose is here, and it's here on purpose. I ring it throughout the broadcast, as you know, as a little gentle nudge, a reminder, if you will, that, yeah, you guessed it, that bell has a ring to it, and so does the truth. Stick to the truth. Look, it's right here. Keep everything going due north. My little compass. The truth has a ring to it. Tune your world to it. You won't be sorry, I guarantee you. So, listen, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo is here. She's my sidekick. My version of Ed McMahon. Been here all 9 years. Say good morning, won't you all? Come on in. Everybody, the team is slow today. They should try staying up almost all night. Couple announcements before we get our guests in here. I'm very excited today. Is that senior moment? Brian, my husband, I know he does. He has a log book somewhere under one of the floorboards where he's got all that stuff he'll take to court. Your Honor, he should be committed because to the old folks home. He didn't know his name last Thursday at 4:00. Well, you asked me in Portuguese. That's my rebuttal, by the way. Start planning for it. I'm not paranoid. I'm realistic. Costa Rica, June 4th through the 8th. Dr. Michelle Arjona, you've seen her from time to time over the years. She coaches with me. She is the self-love guru. She does those vows and those retreats for women, remember? She'll be there. My coach that helped me lose that 35 pounds and keep it up and change everything. No inhaler, which I've had since 4. No inhaler since the day I started. And a lot of other benefits you've heard over the last few months. Dr. Jane. Even the book is back. Okay. Poltergeist be gone. I want my stuff switched back. I watched, what was it? With Prue P3. Did you see my coaching P3? Yeah, I know a little something. Somebody better switch this back. It's freaking me out. Jane will be there. We're all going to work with Emmy Award-winning director Charles Maddox, as you all know. You know Charles because he's here all the time, acting silly. Charles is Bob Marley's nephew, right? So he's a lot of pressure on him. And he just naturally wants to ease suffering in the world. So his most current docuseries is on menopause. And I go to do little motivational things. But Dr. Jane will be there, and so will Dr. Michelle. More on that. You can come live virtually. I'm going to make sure you're there. I'm trying to do something back here real quick. I have a surprise. There's something going on. I'm not kidding, because everything's like a little off, all the stuff. You guys, let's get Tony P and Mr. DeKalb in here. I just love that name. It's also a town, by the way. You're going to love him. Greg DeKalb looks like he walked off extra, extra, extra. Mario Lopez, watch out. And then you have Tony P. Tony P. He could fit a lot of things. Tony Savalas. you guys are too young for that. They together make up pretty much the TNT, the explosive power behind the Tony P's networking events. This, let me tell you, when I moved to this town from Michigan 10 years ago, that was the first place I was drawn to because it was legitimate. It was everywhere. And I would ask people, random people. I really did. I remember the first time. I really do. It was in Anderson's bookstore in here in Naperville, where I live. And everybody knew Tony P's events. A lot of people think that networking is, so easy. It's the clinking of cocktail glasses and the passing. Oh, wait, I got one right here of business cards. I have a box back there with over 7,000 business cards I collected. And guess what? I gave one away every time. Didn't make a damn penny. I'm not kidding you. I put it over there to remind me. Because there's more to networking. You're going to know what you're talking about after today's show. Because these two are going to show you about working the net. See? There's a difference. You can collect cards or you can be a fisher of men. Your choice. You guys put some hearts on the screen. It's time. Here they come. They're on their way down the hall with an entourage. Damn! Tony P and them don't be playing with it. You guys, here they come. Put some hearts on the screen. It's our way of saying welcome. Here they come. Okay, I took an extra minute and 36 because I have this thing. I will not bring the guest in until 4 is up there for people. So thank you, YouTube viewers, at 4:01 right now. Real quick, we are looking for, it's money, 1,719 last Monday. That's your number. Go out and get it. Phone a friend. Share it out right now. Welcome, Tony P and Greg. I want to say, we need a name for you, Greg. Greggy D. Tony P and Greggy D.
There you go.
That works.
How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. Thank you, Dr. Lauren. Thank you for having us on.
I'm so excited.
Appreciate it.
I'm not kidding. It feels like Celebrity Week, which is the first week of January every year. And you will be there next year. Say yes. Okay.
Let's do it.
Done.
Let's do it.
Mexico. Just smile and nod when you're in. Hey, do you guys know Teresa Griffin, the singer from Chicago?
I've heard of her.
Oh, you need to meet her. That's my girl. Everyone said when I started and in the driveway all those years ago, you can't get her. We've been fast friends all this time. Yes. And so I'm so excited for you two. Talk about, I usually give the guest a minute just on the screen alone, but since it's two of you, I just thought I'd let you guys kind of tell the story, split between the two of you, about how you guys came together. What came first, the chicken or the egg? That was not a reference to your head, Tony. I know how sensitive you are. You're still in therapy, I heard.
Hey, now.
I'm kidding. Hey. Oh, yeah. Proud. I'm proudly wearing it. Now, you guys go first. Then I'll share the screen and show the surprise.
Well, here's what we'll do, Dr. Lauren, is I'll let Greg take this part because
Greggy D.
Greggy D can tell the story much more succinctly than I can because I'll take up 45 minutes. Greg can do it in probably a couple. So I'll let Greg handle this part first.
Yeah. Hi, Greg. Take it away, man.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again for having us. Really appreciate it. Yeah. So the story with me and Tony, we go back probably like 25 years being good friends, just knuckleheads running around, having a good time, and both in sales. And one day I got this harebrained idea. Hey, let's start a business. Tony's like, what do you got in mind? And we launched Appointments IQ. So it's outsourced business development. And we work with small, medium-sized companies, helping them fill their sales pipeline, et cetera. And then we were sitting there talking about how we're going to get clients. And Tony's like, man, I go to all these networking events and they're just freaking awesome. I'm like, man, let's do it. So yeah, we started mapping out all the events happening in Chicago, the chamber events, breakfast, that, happy hour, this, type of thing. And we were just showing our faces everywhere we could. And yeah, we built a little bit of a following, started a newsletter. Next thing you know, people were asking us, hey, when are you guys going to start doing events, And took us a little bit to get there. But yeah, we rolled the dice in 2017, August 15th at Rocket in River North. We're expecting maybe 50 people. 275 showed up.
Tell people what River North is, because they're watching from all over the world.
Yeah. So River North Chicago is just north of the river. It's probably the hottest neighborhood, if you will, with all the bars, clubs, restaurants, venues.
Okay.
I mean, there's an argument, but I'm pretty partial to River North.
I've been there once.
I think you've been there maybe once.
No, I've only been there once. The two brothers they do the kids thing. They have a nonprofit. Mohanahan. Oh, don't say it wrong because they could be watching. Is it down there where when you get down there, it's like every place you look, there's a restaurant, and even on the corners they have like fences and the valet car parking, and it's hard, it's that, and there's a tree line in the middle that separates the other side of the street, where you park. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. See, I know Chicago.
Yeah. So it's pretty hot neighborhood, and
but you know what? Wait a minute, Greg. I'm sorry to interrupt. How did I not know you guys started together? How did you get to why isn't it called? How did you get to the name? Because the name sounds like a bomb ass pizza place. It sounds like a place you want to be.
Yeah. No, I'll share that as well. So, when we started it up, there was a number of other networking groups out there that were network this, social that, be inspired that, whatever, and it's kind of like for us, networking, the essence of it is human connection, right? So instead of going the normal route and whatnot, we thought, okay, well, if it's about human connection, well, let's just name it after, person, and at that time, I mean, we would go into a networking event and people would see Tony and people like Tony P, and it just kind of became a thing, and it rolls off the tongue. So we're like, man, let's just name this thing Tony P's.
There you go. See, point of clarification, and also an intersection of a teaching moment. Here we go. They know because I have loyal people here, so they've been around for years. Jason Cisneros, my man.
Yeah.
Yep,
you guys,
Jason.
oh yeah,
is he in the house?
Talked to him yesterday, and Emily. Yep, they were at the Kentucky Derby yesterday or this week. They were all. Mint julepy and shit. Man, Emily looked like Meghan Markle should go sit it down somewhere. Emily was looking fierce. Jason, you were okay too, but
Oh, Jason.
Yes, I want to say this. Jason has always said, and he told me from day one, Lauren, get this imposter syndrome out of your mind. You can do anything. You can be successful with anything you want to do that is service-based. Do 3 things, even product-based, 3 things, and you will be successful. And I'm like, let's go, Mr. Haney. Let's hear it, because he peddling shit. And he was right. And you guys prove it. And so do a lot of y'all. And me. Find out what the people you serve need. Then go out and get it. Bring your happy ass back and give it to them. And that's exactly what you did. But, great. And you chime in on this too, silent partner, Tony. Also the artist formerly known as a mime. You said at the beginning, Tony said, there's all these friggin' awesome, and I quote, friggin' awesome network events. Well, they couldn't have been too awesome because look what happened to them. They got swallowed up. It's true. No one says a name with networking anywhere out here in the burbs that I know of. Unless it's you, they point to. I haven't heard another one at Crickets. So, anointed experience. And that's what people crave. So, let's go to this.
Oh, did you freeze up?
I'm with you.
Okay, so he froze up, not me.
Okay. Live stream vulnerable transparent moment 101. Tony, we don't tell on ourselves, okay? We don't let them know anybody froze. I've got that mastered. Watch. So anyway, you thought I was frozen. I just listen, thank you, Greg, for bringing me back in, and for you, Tony. I want to ask you guys this though. If you had to say honestly, that was years ago, and now we're here. the face of how networking is seen in the city and around here. Are you aware? How do you see it? Because, you know, people always see it differently than we see it. And I see it. But what do you all see? You're so in the epicenter. Are we lacking? What do we not know as people who go to these events? Where do we get it wrong and blame it on? It was a shitty event because I didn't convert, or I had some drinks, but I didn't, you know, no connection. Talk about that.
Well, actually, if it's okay, Greg, I'll jump in with this one. So the thing is that when it comes to networking events, and you alluded to it earlier, Dr. Lauren, is that people think, oh, just have some drinks, pass business cards, whatever. Well, the way that Greg and I run our events, it's with a lot of intention. So the first thing is that, you know, we promote the events through LinkedIn, through email campaigns, through Facebook, through Instagram, through Eventbrite. And what happens is we see all the people who are registering, and then what we do is we do our homework. So we go, so everybody who registers for our events, we connect with them on LinkedIn. We look them up on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you know, all these different social media profiles. And we learn what people's stories are before the event even happens. So once we're at the venue and the event's taking place, you know, Greg's checking people in and he's like the first person they meet when they walk in. And then as I meet people, I know a lot of their stories before they even walk in the door, like where they went to school, what kind of job they have, where they live, all that stuff. And then I think, okay, who in this room should this person meet? And then it's just making these intentional connections throughout the night. So we're leading by example of taking people by the hand, introducing them to like-minded individuals or people that make sense for them to talk to. So it's very proactive. And also our events are fun. You know, it's not just business. It's not just a party. It's a little bit of each. It's very business oriented, but we have a good time too. We want people to laugh and smile and have a good time, because then they're more open to meeting new people, and you know, their phones are in their pocket, their computers are in their bag, they're not at their office. It's after 5 o'clock. It's like, you know, let's just have a good time, make some new friends, and see what happens. But we make sure that the connections are purposeful and meaningful and not just random.
Right. So that probably extends, but I don't want to assume. So take us there, either one of you. It's like, because I've been watching, because we're going to get to the event that's next week. No, this week, Wednesday. And I'm so excited. I'm not kidding. I feel like I'm premiering in something on Off-Broadway or something. I don't know. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I am going to be, I purposely set up an appointment in Arlington Heights, right? For 1 o'clock. Just so I'm closer because of the traffic and stuff. And then I'm going to leave at 3. And my happy ass is going to be down there somewhere. You'll see me like walking around, looking up at your building or something, like, wonder if it's too soon to go up. I'm that excited. Now, here's why. It started before I ever met you. I'm not kidding. I didn't realize how deep the resonance is with your brand. And I'm looking because it affects me in my work. I'm looking for opportunity for the people I serve. And I was like, wow, I got to go to one of those. Never did it. Universe had another plan. But I'll never forget the day that I heard, like 2 days before that, they were doing that thing at the Lyric Opera place. I didn't even have the appointment that drove me right past it 2 days later. And when I did, it was all splashed against the side. I was like, oh my God, that's the one Jason's going to be. I almost ran into somebody. When I see your brand, there's no question. You immediately, if you're not connected to it, for me, I'm talking from my experience, if you're not connected to it, you regret that you're not. What would you guys call that? Do you put something in there? You know, like there's cliffhangers on TV shows. They know what they're doing. Ooh, I can't wait for Young and the Restless to come back. Ooh, wait for Friday. I don't miss Friday. They know how to do that. And right. What is it that makes that happen?
I really do. I think it's the people. You know, just we're going into 8 years now, you know, And just this morning, Tony and I were talking. There was a post that went up. Two really prominent networkers in Chicago that are getting together and collaborating, and they gave a shout out. Oh, we met at a Tony P's event 5 years ago and have been working together ever since. And I think I think there's just been so many connections that have happened over the years and so many good business partnerships. I mean, we've actually had a couple of people get married as a result of meeting at our event. So, I think that's what's going on. It's just everybody at some point or another as if you're in business and in Chicago, I mean, you touched the brand, you've had a good experience, you've met somebody that you're working with to this day, and I think it just keeps going.
I don't know if y'all refer to it as that because I don't know your belief sets and things, but I know you must believe in something because there's an anointing on your work. But I'll say this. What you described just right there, to me, sounds like the law of attraction. It sounds like vibe. It sounds like, those things that your instincts and your intuition tell you, ooh, that feels right. You know what I mean? And that's the power of of connection. And you said it right. I'm gonna tell you something I've learned from watching you guys, especially since I dove all the way in the pool once you put me on the panel. I drove all the way up. I'm not kidding. I was all in it. I feel like what you guys have really mastered is that regular networking events it's an event. It's a gathering. Wait, okay, let me put it this way. If you think networking is what I described earlier, no, that's friends having drinks and exchanging things. It's just networking. There is no event. Because I was an event planner for 25 years and people call my office and say, oh, Lauren, oh yeah, so-and-so, you did her wedding. And I need, I'm looking for somebody to do my party. Click, I hang right up. Oh, we must have got disconnected. No, we didn't. I hung up. I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? Yes. Lauren does not do parties. Parties ever gotten the minute the hangover is gone. But an event, people talk about for a long time. Is that what you're looking for? And they go, yes. They don't even know what I'm talking, but they feel it. That's the thing. Cards and pictures and flicking, those are things you can tell. But doesn't mean you felt shit. Or you don't feel it when you get home. Talk about that. What is that phenomenon? We've all done it. Folded business cards in half, put it in the right pocket. I'm a follow and never do shit. But at your events, the reason things started standing out when I saw you was because you were right, Tony. I mean, Greg, you said it. Every time that happened, I had already talked to somebody who had told me about you, which made your thing go 3D when I saw it. It wasn't a billboard anymore. It was an invitation inside of an experience, and it looked like 3D. I'm telling you, it's really amazing. So let me ask you this. Tell us how you come to choose the different ones. Because look, you see I have it pulled up. Tell us what we're looking at here, you guys. This is your website, right?
Yeah. So Dr. Lauren, here's the best way to kind of encapsulate this. So when Greg and I first started doing these events, they were once a month, and it was just general business networking events. And the thing is that we like to crowdsource. We like to talk to our audience and ask them what they want. What do you want to see? And what people were telling us over the last several years was, hey, have you ever thought of doing events that are for specific industries? Hey, have you ever thought of doing events in the suburbs? You're so city centric, So what we've been doing is talking to people that come to the events, talking to our business partners, our colleagues, our friends, our clients, our prospects, everybody.
Right.
And taking their information and then saying, okay, cool. So then in 2020, when cannabis became legal in the state of Illinois, we started doing cannabis industry events. I've been in the mortgage world for 10 plus years. So we've done real estate industry events. In the last couple of years, we started doing fashion, showcase events. I spent 20 years in the tech world. Greg worked in tech as well. We host technology industry events. And then we got the Meet the series. We got Meet the Podcasters, Meet the Coaches, Meet the Fashion Designers. So what we do is we have a wide variety of events based on the industry, based on the content, based on who the speakers and panelists are, based on the venues, based on whether it's to be in the city or in Naperville or Schaumburg. So after doing this for several years, we've built up this massive database of venues, topics, friends, clients, attendees, a community. So we're not this one trick pony. We can pivot in all these different directions and cater to what the audience wants and what the market is asking for.
Can I ask a personal question to the two of you? It's a personal business question. And the reason I bring it in is because people that get to the level where you are, let's say with recognition, sightings and things, right? How do you guys balance? Because it's a thing. How do you balance not allowing people who, and sometimes they don't know, but many times they do, come with angles. They don't even get it. It's all about me, Marsha. They're not of service and they want everything. You know what I'm saying? You can tell there's an angle. And because you're so recognizable, you get to a point where people want you to think they just love you to death when really, I could fall dead on the ground and you probably, and they say, who's that? I don't know. Anybody know who we should call? I don't know her. You know what I mean? I want to talk about that piece because it's a piece, all of you. A lot of us sit and we go, we think we know who we're going to be when all of the things that we have manifested, when we look to the right, to the future, and we're staring into the eyes of our heart's desires. Don't make the mistake that if you don't plan, you must expect your miracles so that you know what to do with them when they come. Why do you think so many people who win lotteries end up worse than they ever were? Because you get there and it's like, oh my God, you forget what got you there. See, don't ask for a seat at the table. And then when you sit down, forget who built the table. Let that hang. So, and that's a big piece. So what I'm getting at is your egos could be fed. Everywhere you go, I bet, hey, Tony P. Hey, Greg and D. And, right. I bet women know you're married, have thrown themselves at you. People, hey, if you can get me I need a favor. All these things. And if you're not careful and you become bitter and you're like, you're pulling me on and on, you don't handle it right, you don't keep it or build it with principles, you can very well end up being your worst enemy. And I'm going to toss it to you guys right now. I'm setting it up so I can shut up for like 10 minutes. It's a big piece. It is. It's a big piece because a lot of people get stuff, but no one told them why they didn't get to keep it. A lot of people make a lot of money on start over. Look, it's the first million. That's the hardest. I made it and lost it. I ain't trying to lose shit. You see what I'm saying? So you guys, can you talk about that? How you balance, how you keep it in check, keep your families protected. There's a lot. Let people know what they can expect when they start moving into the realms of greatness. And I know that made you feel weird, but it is true.
Yeah. So I'll just say, I mean, this goes beyond just like, us and networking, right? It's first of all, anybody that reaches out and asks for something, kudos to them. Okay. Because if you don't ask, you don't receive.
Amen.
But there's definitely a tactful way to go about it, right? So me and Tony, we always say this to each other: lead with a giving hand. So if you're gonna reach out to someone, it doesn't matter who they are. And
say that again, Greg, please.
Lead with the giving hand. Like, okay, we all have ask of each other,
Yes.
But take a minute and like look this person up on social, figure out what makes them tick, right? And figure out how you can serve them. Potentially, right? So you're not just calling them out of the blue. Hey, can I get a ticket for this event? Or hey, can I come sit on your panel? Or can I, X, Y, and Z? I mean, we get everything you can imagine, and it's okay. We want the questions.
How do you let them down easy, Greg? Well, if you vet them and you don't see the footprint, you're not doing the work. How do you, like on American Idol, they'll send them away and they'll say, it's just not your time, not yet, but keep trying out.
Well, it's actually not about sending them away. It's about putting them on the right track, right? Because we want people to succeed. We want to engage with you. but you need to, I mean, people just need to have a little perspective. Like we have a database of we have a community of about 20,000 folks, right? That our mailing list goes out to. We have a membership base of about 250 active members here in the Chicagoland area. Wow. So, I mean, that's who we have to serve first, right? But then there's people that, have a unique skill set, or they have a platform or something along those lines that we want to engage with and we want to partnership and collaborate with, and generally we try to set up a scenario where it's reciprocal. We want to give and, we want to receive type of thing. And then we both grow together. So I think that's what people need to do. And everybody has something to give. They just need to think a little bit, deeper about the situation and figuring out how they can bring something to the table. You don't show up at the BYOB, without a six pack.
With just a cup.
Yeah. I mean, so,
I like this. Oh, hey, so you got a sleeve of Solo cups. What'd you bring? These cups?
Hey, I'll take Solo cups over nothing,
Good point. So really, Tony, saying that, you sound like you're describing a modern day stone soup experience. For those of you who are, I don't even want to put a number on it, you indigenous ones that was a thing back in the day. I'm an alien, so I was in a different world once. But yeah, that was a thing once, wasn't it? Right. So I want to shift to the screen. Now, first of all, I have my magnifying glass out. Remember? Hello, gumshoes, or I see Jimmy and Ricky. There's another reference y'all don't know. Romper Room. Welcome. It's my universe today for an hour. You're only visiting. I'm kidding. Because those things are gone. And the reason I bring that in all the time, but particularly so this morning, is because here's the beauty. This is a place right here. Here's an opportunity in there I bet y'all didn't know about. People that are, in my opinion, 45 and over, most of us are aliens to this world and how it works. Because we know things that aren't in existence anymore. They're extinct. TV going off, coming back on in the morning. The national anthem playing while it's going off. Romper Room, Captain Kangaroo. Oh, he's upstairs. I have a coaster. Things like that. But those of you under, you're indigenous. Most of the things that you have in this world today, we do, were here when you got here. A lot of them, So we have a responsibility, and this is a place to find it if you don't have it, because this is where everybody can come together, and it's connection. I loved it when you said, Tony, put down your phone. You don't see people on their devices. And I'm guilty myself. I don't care how many times they say, well, no screen time before you go to sleep. Look. I'm not even, the alarm sometimes hasn't even gone off. I've turned it off and already started putting my code in. And okay, not that bad, but close enough. I mean, as soon as I get in the bathroom, and I don't know how to turn it off sometimes, but this is great. Let's talk about benefit. Lasting. Here you go. Each of you, take a second, if you could, a couple minutes, and share with the audience your favorite story of connection, where you just sat there and you went, I know you said you got married, but I bet you there's some humdingers, some woo doozies where you go, what? All from anything come to mind?
Well, I'll chime in. I can think of probably 10 different stories. I mean, there's so many, we could be on here for hours, but I'll point out one that kind of jumps out.
Hall of Famer.
I'll keep it easy. So we have a guy named Elias, who's a friend of ours, he's in the custom suit world, and he
look a brother up.
Yeah, and he was with a company, and he's actually with a new company now, but he had been part of our events for a good 2-3 years, where he would have a table with, all the fabric swatches, some mannequins with suits and everything. Mm-hmm. But then, he's a partner of ours. So Greg and I would help him find new clients, and then we would get, new suits, because he'd find new clients at our events that would buy suits. It was kind of like a nice barter system,
Right.
But then we'd be walking billboards for him, because we were in these really nice suits, and people are like, oh my God,
where'd you get
that looks great. And they're like, well, actually, talk to Elias, he's right here, he was just blowing his numbers up. Like he was selling suits and shirts and constantly getting new clients to come to his storefront in River North, like through our events. And it just felt so good hearing that validation. And then also we got a guy named Jesse Murata who does, fundraising and business lending. And he's like one of our big testimonials where he's, made well over 6 figures in new business.
Wow.
From people that he met at our events doing commercial real estate deals and business loans and whatnot. So we have just dozens upon dozens of success stories of people that have come to our events and they've met high quality people they've done business with and they've made money, But the key thing, here's the key thing though, Dr. Lauren, is that they didn't just come to one event and that was it. It's like, these are people that are regulars, They come to the events, they meet people, and it's not like the deals magically happen on the first event they attend, but these relationships
have to be
build over time.
Yes.
Anything
you want it to grow.
Yeah. And now it's something that Greg and I say all the time to each other and other people is that networking and relationship building in business, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave it with that. I know Greg's got some stories too to share.
Tony, that just to reiterate, and you guys put it down, write it down, whatever you need to do. Just get it. Consistency, intention. You heard that word earlier come out of Tony's mouth. I think I want to just throw this in, Greg. Tie this into your response about a story, because here's the deal. How many people, raise your hands? I can't see, but the romper room lady can. Raise your hand. You've been to things like B&I mixers, chamber mixers, privately held mixers. How many times you hear people talk about that one? I've never heard of. I've been to a bunch of chamber mixers. You can't even move around, and it's just something in there. Somehow people don't seem as approachable as they want you to think they are. Y'all know what I'm talking about, especially if you're not a local or you've never been there. I was shocked how they don't like come up. You know what I mean? When I have events, I'm just saying, I'm like, oh, hi. And I always tell people when I'm meeting them on social, when they say, oh, I'm coming. When you get your ticket, write it down somewhere. I want you to come make a beeline, say hi to me when you show up, because I have something for you. I'm going to have something. Especially, I'm bringing it just for you. They think it's going to be a card or something. I'll have a box in the car. I don't do it with every one of them, but I always do it with one. And here's why. Expectations. And then I'm going to toss it over to you, Greg. See, chamber mixers, nothing against a chamber. But seek experience and connection, lasting connection. That's Facebook or LinkedIn compared to Tinder. You see what I'm saying? Or Christian, there, bad analogy. Here it is. Christian Mingle or Tinder. Oh, wait. Same thing. Anyway, sorry. I am not going to burn. I rebuke that. I will not. Listen. But what I'm getting at is this. For instance, the panel. And another thing. I don't see any ugly people. And I was looking. Is that a criteria? You got to like be beautiful? Because I can't find no ugly people. And it's got me a little worried about Wednesday because I'm supposed to be here. I'm kidding. No, seriously. What do you see? This is a point too. This isn't just because of their looks, you guys. This is because of what they look like inside of an experience. Joy, happiness, bliss, connection, frequency, vibe, electricity. All of it is letting you know there's more at work here than just the bartenders and your staff. Right or wrong, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, Greg. What's your
number one,
or your favorite, one of your favorite stories?
Yeah, it's definitely about curating that right environment and getting that vibe going. And that was one of the things that we knew going into this right away, because we were going to the B&I, we were going to the chambers, and we were trying to, we were really analyzing, okay, how do we feel after this? And it's like, okay, it was productive or whatnot. But for us personally, it's like when we want to go out, when we want to mix and mingle and talk business or whatnot, we find it's more comfortable whenever you have, drinks and a really lively environment around you and really awesome people. So that's what we sought to put together, right? So when we were thinking about it, it's kind of like, okay, where's the lively environments? It's these nightclubs in Chicago. It's like, okay, well, what do these nightclubs have going on Thursday night between 6 and 9? Nothing. So when we approached them with the idea of, hey, why don't we bring in, 200 affluent, business types into your club between 6 and 9 on Thursday, they were all for it. And it just created magic, right? Because these places are spending tens of thousands of dollars on their ambiance, right? So you walk in there, your chance, you're someplace different, right? For the moment. And we just rode with it. And it just kind of it just all made sense.
You listen to the people. Let me ask you, did the request of the people around you that you serve, how much of when they say, hey, you guys, can you do an event or have you ever done, because I remember this in the event plan business, they say anything, even in speaking. They ask, do you do a keynote on how to cut toenails in Ethiopia? Sure do. It's got right. Let me send it right over.
Yeah, so we've gotten every different type of request you can imagine. It's kind of like
they give you the idea. You've grown because the people bring you great ideas, right?
Well, I was just gonna say our mantra with Tony P's is one, as opposed to being like tied to a specific industry or a specific geolocation or whatnot. The only qualification we have is everybody and their ideas are welcome. That's what we go about. All we hope that people do is show up with some ideas that they want to share, and we help them develop it by the people that are around.
I love it. I want to put this in there. This is for you guys. Hats off to you, seriously. And you guys put your hearts on the screen. Say amen, some kind of excited utterance. It means that we agree. And when two or more people agree, it seals a syllable, at least a syllable, of all of us who throw our prayers into the collective journeys at that moment. It seals some part of your story within the hallways of history. That's how you get there. Trust me on that one. So right now, I want to say this. When we look at this picture, I was kidding about they're all beautiful, but they are. You know why? Because they're not just celebrating. They are feeling celebrated. So many people go to, I hear it in suburbs. The people that go, I didn't like their vibe. I went, they just were so standoffish that, there's a joke. A guy was telling me, a friend of mine, he's a chemical engineer. He was in Dick's Sporting Goods getting golf shoes the other day, and he wanted to try on a shirt. And some guy, he didn't see him push the button. Apparently, you got to push the button to go try something on. And he was just standing there looking at something. And my friend walks up, push the button. Then the girl finally comes, and they both move towards the door. And the other guy said, oh, I see how it is. Figures, Naperville. I said, I looked, because I was on the screen with him. I said, this what you were wearing? It was something from Florida. I was like, what made him say? He goes, it's a thing out here. They think. So what I'm getting at is this. All are welcome. I want to go here. Because people, you think I'm just saying this because I'm excited about Wednesday. It's not just that. I'll tell you why I get so excited about this. Because it's an example to show everyone out there. Tony, here you go. Will you guys franchise one day? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because how do people look for this in their community? Can you give them a couple tips? How do you vet? If you're paying money, buying tickets, going to an event, some people just keep going. Why is that? Do they not know what they're looking for? Can you help?
Well, here's the key thing, I think, is that, so something that I'll kind of tie this all together in a moment, but okay. So after doing these events for several years, we have some regulars. We have some people that they'll come to, like, no matter what the topic is, where it is, we got some people that'll come to anything. Then we got some people that will come if it's a specific topic or industry or location, or if it's a suburbs or city. But what I like to do is I spend a good majority of my time talking to the new fresh faces. So if we have an event that say there's like 100 people there,
Yeah.
And there's a good like 30 or 40 people that show up at a specific event that have never been to events before, or just maybe they've only been to one and we don't know them as well.
Yes.
I actually put most of my time and energy in the brand new, fresh faces, and I'll ask them, I'll use the forum technique, FORM, family, occupation, recreation, motivation. So I'll ask people a bunch of different questions in the initial conversation, learn more about them. Like, like what brought you out tonight? What kind of work do you do? Who's your target audience? What are your biggest challenges in your business? I'll ask a wide variety of questions and collect this data from people and say, okay, who in this room would be good for this person to meet? Who can help them, or who can they help? And then I'll think, who in the network that's not at this event would be good for them to meet. So I think this like customization and personalization that Greg and I and our brand ambassadors do is part of the draw as well, is that we're not this cookie cutter event where it's the same people, same venue, same vanilla ice cream,
Right.
We really mix it up and jazz it up, and we try different things. But I think the biggest thing though is we make sure that everybody feels included, that everybody matters. But then also that people are going to leave thinking, wow, I met like 10 amazing people tonight, or however many. And some people might be good business connections. Some people maybe just made good friends, because to be perfectly honest, some of the best business connections I've made over the years were a friend of a friend of a friend.
Correct.
So that's what networking is. It's not just the person you're meeting, it's that person's network and your network, and trying to find ways to connect people. So I know it's kind of a roundabout way to answer your question.
No, it's perfect. And I want to point this out because I don't want y'all to run through this stoplight either. I've never heard that. And it's so true. Not just the people that are there, like we see on the screen, but the people that are in absentia, the people that aren't there. And that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Now, I want to throw this out there because we're going to start wrapping here in a minute. You guys remember, being of service, don't let that just become a clever turn of phrase, a cliche. Because then you start throwing intention or your own definition of being of service, like a turd against the wall, hoping any old turd sticks. No, you must mean it. If it's full of meaning, trust me, it'll be meaningful. They'll get it sooner or later. We don't force feed the truth. It must be free will. It must be a choice. So I want you to remember, being of service is having a plan, as you've seen here today, that serves a greater need. Everything they've said has led to that. Now, I also want to throw this in because you guys, they're way too modest to tell you this, but they don't know this. This wig, this thing, I've had so many disguises on at their events. They were talking to me and didn't even know it. Remember that Medea-like woman that showed her ass in Schaumburg about 2 years ago, and then threw that wine in that white lady's face and ran? No, I'm just kidding. That was not me. That was at BNI in Michigan. Trust me. I got hit by a semi that night, by the way. Karma, I did. I'm just kidding. Listen, I want to show this. I want to tell you guys about this. They have great gifts that you get when you come to one of their events. They didn't know I was going to tell you about this. I can prove I've been to some of those. I'm going to share the screen. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to share the screen. Am I? Oh, it's already here. I need to go over here. See, look at these events. Not that one. Here we go. Look at the names. Fashion industry. Boom, boom, boom. I was not at that one. And, I would have definitely been, but look at the variety. Cannabis. Look, I got this when I went to one of those, this bong thing. They gave that away. I went to one this one, the event at the tavern and stuff where they had alcohol and stuff. They gave me this, right? I'm not kidding. And I went to, what was the other one I went to, you guys? Well, I think I went to an art one. I'm making it up. They didn't give me this. But who knows? One day. But what I'm getting at is, if you can have fun, we're told to count it all joy. We're on what some people are looking at right now is, a little live stream show, and they're kicking it up. But if we're having this fun, I'm setting a stage. I am manifesting for Wednesday when I get to do something for the first time with these guys. And I'm manifesting for this Wednesday and the Wednesdays as far as the calendar extends in front of me, right? That's what you should do. Every opportunity has a miracle within it. It's that ooey gooey chewy, purpose-filled Tootsie Roll Center. So when you have issues and it's hard to get there and you're stuck in traffic, or I don't have $25 or whatever, make it work. Make it work. That's the candy-coated shell. How many licks does it take to become a legend? One. The day you choose. My good friend Sanjeev Chopra, we were on the phone this morning, about to go on tour, shameless plug, and we were talking about the book he and his brother Deepak wrote together, and Brotherhood. And then we went in. He goes, "But I tell you, brother," he said, "my favorite book is on the Mark Twain quote, and I'm going to end with that today." He goes, "The two most important days of your life is the day you're born and the day you find out why." Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So let me get rid of this because I want the guys to say goodbye. Jerry Springer moment, guys. Seriously, Jerry Springer moment. With all the experience and all the people and the connection that you've seen, because you sit back and just see you standing back and just watching it. Man, look what we've done. What would you say is the greatest blessing personally that you each have gained from being of service to so many people? What has it done for you lately? Greg, why don't you start?
Yeah, I mean, it just continues to open up doors that I'd never imagined. You know, like for example, this week, or I'm sorry, in a couple of weeks, we're hosting a fashion show at Galleria. You know, the hottest new club in Chicago, right? And I never imagined in a million years I'd be throwing and hosting fashion shows, but it all started through networking. You know, we brought in some people that have some design skills, got to know them, and saw the energy it creates. And one thing leads to another. I'm getting asked to help produce a show, and then now we're well on our way, and we're doing shows every few months now. And just like
that's amazing,
it's so wild, and it's awesome. So
safe to say, Greg, you come to work, but what you come to is not really what you get paid for, because it's such a blessing. It's a calling. It's what you were made for. Because see, it really is. You're providing people opportunity, and inside of true opportunity, that's the place where you take it. Mm-hmm. I tell people all the time, if you need to believe there's a magic wand for everything we're talking about, here, let's just call this that. Because the moment you name it, it works for you. If it's real to you, it's real. You see what I'm saying? Call it what you need. Just get it done. QO Leader Adams, get here if you can. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I'd love for you to get down. It's all over my social media, but it'll be in the show notes immediately after the conclusion here today. How you can join us. Take the links. They are already at the top of your thread. And if you're in the area or you come to visit, I guarantee, I don't care when you come, you're going to be in the midst where you can find your way to one of their events. If you get that chance, take it. Success requires risk. I'm out. You guys, thank you so much. I'll see you Wednesday. And don't be acting like you don't hear me buzzing or whatever it is, because I got a feeling there's security there. That view, not any old body can walk up there. And if you step over a homeless man that asked you for a $100 bill a couple blocks down, and then I kind of smell like his cologne later, that was not me. But I am treating for drinks after. Listen, love it, love it, love it. Thank you guys so much. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a real Chicago treasure. I mean that. Okay? Have the best day ever. You guys, listen, thank you so much. It is an honor. I couldn't do it without you. And in all seriousness, I wouldn't want to. So get out of here. Get out today and find one E and 1 R. I see you, and I know you're already great. And I believe tomorrow or tonight or in an hour, you will be greater. Do that. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And tomorrow you'll wake up splendid, refreshed, reminded, renewed, revived. 2 little letters. E and R will do it all in both directions. Don't let my screen door slam, whatever you do on the way out. And meet me here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., God willing, over there on the front porch. We'll have another illuminated conversation and a lot of fun in the same sacred space. Dr. Lauren tells you this every day, and I may joke around a lot, but I'm not about this. I love you. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Have the best day ever. I'll see you soon. Thank you, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
get it, baby. Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show